Adolescence, a glimpse into our emotional illiteracy. Today, let's dive into that remarkable series on Netflix, Adolescence. This show has stirred up quite a debate, and opinions about it are flooding social media. Some people are pointing fingers at social media, blaming it for creating a lost generation. But let me be clear, emotional illiteracy, yes, it truly exists, as well as emotional ignorance and the superficial emotional depth of humanity have been around for centuries. This madness has only been amplified and highlighted by social media, acting like a massive spotlight, illuminating everything that has long been hidden. Instead of assigning blame to these platforms, we should be thankful for them. Social media brings to the surface what we might prefer to keep concealed. It compels us to confront our emotions and reveals how far we have strayed from genuine emotional connection. You see, emotional depth has never been a strong suit of our persistent cognitive approach. We are so fixated on facts, numbers, and logic that we remain stagnant when it comes to authentic human emotion. The result? A kind of Babylonian chatter. This phenomenon has emerged from our philosophical and religious approaches to life. Consequently, we have further fragmented the world with its diverse nationalities and beliefs and set them against each other. So who is responsible for this emotional chaos? It is we ourselves. Emotional illiteracy prevents us from forming meaningful connections with one another. Daily I hear stories from parents and loved ones who are increasingly concerned about the extreme anxiety and rage episodes in their children, and these young people are getting younger all the time. Moreover, we are also faced with diagnoses of developmental disorders such as autism spectrum disorder, ASD, ADHD, and ADD. Child psychiatrists continue to label these conditions and what is promised to us. A grand but often false hope, the promise of a cure. The checklists and criteria are becoming more extensive and expensive, while the waiting times for help keep growing longer. Even worse, at times there seems to be no hope for improvement or healing at all. Instead, many individuals feel pressure not only from within themselves, but also from their surroundings, to adapt to their disorder. In recent years, psychiatry seems to be drifting further away from the real world of medicine and science. Rather than understanding our behavior in the context of our physiology and brain development, they only focus on the surface. This has resulted in increasingly superficial descriptions of our behavior. Almost no one questions the meaning and certainly the absurdity of labeling disturbed human behavior. People come to me daily, often with the best intentions, asking for a name for the problematic behavior of their loved ones. They hope for a label, as if it were some kind of miracle cure, as if there's a switch in the brain that can be flipped with the push of a button, and voila, all their problems would be solved. This vast array of diagnoses, or what I prefer to call disguised insults, is often not based on any scientific truth and rarely offers a genuine therapeutic benefit. Narcissism, psychopathy, high sensitivity and giftedness are just a few of the popular labels that people assign to themselves and each other, hoping that the others will quickly adapt to this new reality. So, what drives us to keep labeling? Ultimately, it stems from a significant mental illness of the thinking human projection of guilt. We shift the responsibility for our emotions outward instead of taking responsibility ourselves. To break this cycle, we as a society need to relearn how to deal with our emotions. We must restore our connection with each other, communicate, and most importantly, not be afraid to show our vulnerability. Only then can we truly understand what is happening and perhaps even find a path toward healing and growth. Emotional therapy, brain management, or dynamic meditative practitioners are ready to assist anyone who wishes to reconnect with this wondrous language. There is no way back to the old religions or ideologies filled with rituals, blame-shifting, or imposed laws, lifestyles, or ethics. Let these ideas flourish on social media. They will increasingly make both ourselves and our children aware of our emotional craziness, ignorance, or illiteracy. The good news is, there is a way back, and more people are rediscovering it. Seek help until you find these people and expand your emotional vocabulary as if your life and that of your loved ones, children, or even animals depends on it. Because it truly does.